So I think a good title for this video would be just Betrayal. I feel betrayed by someone around here in whom I confided. My mom feels betrayed by, she hangs up on her church friend. My mom feels betrayed by all of us, me, church friend, auntie, whatever, who have put my mom, called the police on my mom, put my mom into hospitals. That's part of my mom's illness, to think that we shouldn't be putting into hospitals. But I know that last time, when 2 days later she had to be hospitalized, people. Just because I didn't actually do the dialing of the 911, the church friend did it, it doesn't mean shit. She had to be hospitalized. She had to. She was worse than anyone had ever seen her come in, and she was refusing to take her meds, and she was being belligerent, and she was just defiant, and she had to be hospitalized. It's heartbreaking. She had to be hospitalized 2 days after coming home. But that's why I say that they should be, and I've talked to other people who agree with me. These mental hospitals staff, the doctor and social worker, who decide to release my mom in that type of condition, they should be charged with elder abuse, It's criminal what they do. It's sick. Anyway, I am my mom's only hope. I am continuously advocating for her, trying to come up with options that won't cause her to ultimately become a ward of the state, But the woman who takes care of Angel, this is not just me making shit up, okay? The lawyer arranged for someone from assisted living to come here. There's an assisted living program. Maybe there's different ones in other states too, but you always think that assisted living is so expensive. And there's one where, you still have to start off with a certain amount of money, you know what I mean? But once it runs out, the state pays for it, for the person to either stay in the assisted living or to go on and into a nursing home. But my mom won't discuss anything like that. So the lawyer arranged and had for someone to come here, and I talked to the neighbor that I have been confiding, the one who takes me to the vets sometimes. And she's like, you don't want to, because the woman who's coming here said, you got to tell your mom ahead of time I'm coming. I'm like, yeah, that might not bode too well for me. My mom might fuck out, and even the neighbor agreed with me. She's like, you might tell her ahead of time. You might have a war on your hands. Remember, my mom thinks everything's fine, and everything's not fine. And it's not me making it up, because if everything was fine, then I wouldn't have other people agreeing with me that my mom is not going to be able to live in her home by herself, regardless of what she believes to the contrary. But I know she's not capable. I know she's not gonna be reasonable about this living and whatnot, and she won't be able to have Angel. That's the thing. She's just gonna cling to this idea that everything will be fine if I just leave. But it isn't gonna be fine. It isn't, people. The fact is, I am the one desperately trying. I'm the one who said, talk to my mom's primary care physician. I'm the one advocating for my mom left and right with everybody. And then ignorant motherfuckers, because they perceive my behavior as being strange or whatever, have to report me to elder services. You know what I mean? I'm under a fucking microscope, and that is why I contacted that fetish photographer, and I'm gonna, you know, go far away from here and hang out with him, or know that I won't be judged. You know, I'm the only one. Her sister, my mom's sister, has, you know, said she belongs in a nursing home. Did I tell my mom that? Of course not. But you know what I mean? I'm advocating for my mom, and because I behave strangely or whatnot, because I'm under a lot of stress, some ignorant motherfucker has to call the elder services, you know. My lawyer took care of it, but I know what it was. I did something that you could say, well, you shouldn't have done that, okay? And obviously alcohol was involved. But again, however, I feel like, however I behave in, you know, in my own life or whatnot, does not equate to my mom's unsafe in the home. And if she was unsafe in the home, she wouldn't be slamming the doors in the elder services' faces or slamming the phone down and I don't want to fucking talk to you, okay? Get it? So, yeah. I know who did it. I know who around here did it. Basically, the lawyer, they can't tell the lawyer, so all they say is, you know, that we've had reports that she's emotionally abusive towards her mom, and that was that stupid when my mom called the former co-worker. We also have reports that she's unstable, and that's some asshole around here that, said I did something stupid, but it's not like I did anything criminal. Yo, what are you talking about? We want to know. Well, there's a guy around here who he doesn't live around here, but he visits his father, and I had confided in his father a while back, months ago. Just proves you don't trust any fucking people. And months ago, the guy was saying to me, you know, X, Y, and Z, and you need to look into, you know, getting your mom in a no, blah, 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 whatever. And it was one of those things where I was not doing good. My mom was locked up again, and my mom was being over-medicated, or it could have been when she fell at that other hospital and hit her head. All kinds of crap going on with me, and who do I have to talk to, you know? But you have to be careful who you confide in. But anyway, he married, but he has a hot young son in his 20s, okay? And the hot young son's not some fucking choir boy. And I knew this anyway because I'd heard him. He has an on and off, and the father had told me about him because I didn't know who he was, and I'd seen him this summer, shirt off, you know. I was like, who's that? And, you know, I was wondering. I've seen him around, and he's hot, and he's like, I said, is that your son? He's like, yeah, it's my son. I'm like, yeah, he's a cutie pie. He's cute, whatever. Not hitting on him. He's half my age, and I have a girl. I mean, and he has a girlfriend. But the father was telling me personal stuff about him on and off because I'd heard the guy yelling and stuff at his girlfriend on the phone and whatnot. Anyway, the guy overheard me talking to his father. Okay. And the guy would say hi periodically to me. Again, want to stress, not hitting on him. And even if I was, we're both adults, you know what I mean? Me hitting on this 24-year-old or whatever, or does not equate to my mom being unsafe in the home, okay? I'm under a lot of fucking stress. Anyway, from far away one day, I was trying to remember his name. I'm always out walking Omar, you know, and he was over there and was visiting his dad or whatnot. Maybe staying for a while, who knows. And again, we'd never had any type of conversations. Our conversations had consisted of hi or whatever, nothing major. I'd talk to his father, okay? So this particular day, he, by the way, he smokes cigarettes, so even if he was interested in me, I am not into the cigarette smoke, but it's just ridiculous anyway, okay? I did something foolish when I was drunk, but it was innocent foolish, and it certainly, they shouldn't have, and I know it wasn't a kid that did it, it was his fucking father, calling all the services on me, such a fucking asshole. Fucking asshole. Anyway, it's typical of this existence. People. When I tell you, you're going to understand. I'm just shouting from hundred feet, like far away. I'm trying to remember his name, and I'm trying to remember your name. What's your name? Oh yeah, I remember your name. He comes bounding over, okay, to where Elmer and I are, okay. And I've been thinking, I wonder what he thinks of me, that I've cried to his father and he's overheard me, and is he sitting there judging me and whatnot, that's what I was thinking. I've been thinking like that. It's not like I ever initiated any type of conversation with him, but apart from hi. His dad probably told him that I said he was hot, but big whoop-de-doo. I can admire him, I once in a blue moon get guys as young and hot as him and responding to my personal ask. That's neither here nor there, okay? Fact is, it's not like I went up to him and asked him to fuck me or some stupid thing like that. This is what happened. He comes bounding over like a big puppy dog or whatever, but he's not, and he's not some choir boy either, okay? I'd often heard him swear, and he smokes cigarettes, and so anyway, he comes over, and he's talking to me about whatever, just stupid shit, but he's smoking a cigarette, and Omar is like barking, because that's how Omar is with everybody, and the kid goes, I'll just call him a kid, even though we know he's not a kid, okay? Omar's barking and being agitated like he always is. And the guy goes, oh, is he bothered by the cigarette smoke? Would he prefer marijuana instead, or weed, or whatever, right? That I call pot, anyway. And I go, why do you smoke it? And he's like, yeah, I do. And then I go, do you think it should be made legal? And then he proceeds to get into this whole thing. It segued into discussions about heroin addiction, him admitting that he was nearly an addict, but he cleaned himself up. But now I want you to mind you, I wouldn't have started a conversation like this. We could have talked about innocent shit, the weather, Omar, whatever. Anything you could think of. And I certainly don't bring up things about my mom with him. But he started confessing, like, he started the conversation, he initiated it, and it wound up getting deep. We talked about that he has addict friends still, and people think that he shouldn't help them out, but he says he does for moral support. He said every time he goes on Facebook, another one of his friends is dead. So we were talking about death and addiction and heroin, and he taught me about, I didn't understand about fentanyl. I thought that was a different kind of heroin, but you know what I mean? Yeah, this should be called betrayal, because I thought that was a different kind of heroin. And he's told me something that it's a man-made thing, and how it works is you get fentanyl. They put a little bit of fentanyl. He's saying about one of his friends, it tasted like confectionery sugar or something like that. He thought he'd gotten a really bad batch, and he wound up overdosing, but they saved him. And what it is fentanyl is so fucking powerful that you can just put a tiny bit of man-made fentanyl into this big bag of whatever. And he also told me how people hear about people overdosing and they want that heroin because that's good shit. We were talking about deep fucking shit, including how he can't stand that his former addict, they're still addicts and he's not, are dying left and right, okay? Like he said, like 16 in a year, just this year alone or something. Deep fucking shit. Okay, he's not some friggin' choir boy. We were talking about deep shit, death and drugs and should it be legal and et cetera, whatever, okay? So, I had wanted to go up to him at some point and say something along the lines of, hey, Ted, I just wanted to thank you for being so forthcoming, so open and honest with me. Your willingness to be that open and honest with me made me instantly realize that you're probably not sitting there judging me or my inability to hide my constant pain, okay? But I never got the opportunity to do it. He wasn't around, I didn't see him, or whatever. Or I was walking over and didn't have time to stop, different things. I never got to see him. But it's not like months went by. It was 3 weeks maybe. I'd seen him maybe and said hi, but didn't stop. Otherwise, or maybe I was trying to get somewhere to the bus or whatever, right? So sometimes just to get away and just be safe, as opposed to going out to a bar or something, I drink a little bit and just not shit-faced, not blacked out or anything, just drinking and blast my music in my ears and just wander around and around the neighborhood, okay? Just not late at night either. Like, I'm home by like 10, and sometimes earlier than that. But I do it for hours on end, and people will probably seeing me do it and perceiving me as strange. Especially since I did it one time in the absolute pouring rain, okay? Remember, this kid, again, I'm not interested in him. Like, it's just a joke. It was just whatever, okay? I don't know how to explain it. I'm just stressed out and whatnot. But anyway, one night I got the brilliant idea. Remember, he doesn't live there, but I know the address and I know his father's name. I got the brilliant idea to write the kid a letter. And I said some things in it, basically joking around, basically like, I was just joking around, but I started off really sincerely saying what I was going to say to him in person, and I never got the opportunity, and I wished I had. If I'd gotten that opportunity to say what I wanted to say in person, I'm sure I would have never sent the friggin' letter. But anyway, I foolishly I mailed it in the middle of the night. Okay? I mailed it in the middle of the night. And it said stuff. It said the beginning stuff, wanted to thank you for being open and honest. Come on. Here's this 24-year-old telling me that he's really... he's got addict friends. They're still addicts. Every time he goes on Facebook, he finds another of his friends has died, okay? He's still friends with addicts. He used to be an addict himself, yet these people are going to be afraid of me. It just makes me ill, It's just, we're not dealing with freaking choir, religious, it's just, whatever. Letter was just joking around, and I said stuff in it too. It was like, I said, because I was drunk. You do things when you're drunk, like any of. By the way, what did I say? Something like, do you have any friends as hot as you into older women? Again, I could say that to his face. It's just joking around. I'm half serious and half not. You know what I mean? But regardless. I sent that letter, and then I regretted it and sent another letter saying, I'm sorry I sent the first letter. I remember everything I said, and I just, I sent another letter, and the second letter right after the first, so they got 2 months, was so what? I sent this stupid joking around letter and worse things in life, it's pretty innocent actually. Get out of my room! Did she go? Yeah. Both? Yeah. Good. Mom and I have been watching True Blood. She goes from watching episode after episode, went through all day long, the 8 episodes, 8 hours worth of True Blood, which is pretty just unreal, intense, graphic vampires. Vampires wanting human blood, humans wanting the vampire blood. I mean, it's just a friggin'. And then she'll vacillate between that and listening to music like Air Supply and Anne Murray. It's just cute. Anyway, back to the hottie kid. So I did something stupid. It isn't criminal. It's pretty damn innocent. It's just a freaking letter. And again, I mailed it. It's not like I went to their house in the middle of the night, which I wouldn't do, okay? And they have a dog, by the way, but I wouldn't do that. I didn't go anywhere near their house. I mailed the damn letter. Mailed it. And since he doesn't live there, I mailed it to him, care of his, parents. Again, he's not a kid. He's 20, you know what I mean? He's not a kid. Anyway. Should I have done that? Everyone does things when they're drinking. I'm under a lot of stress, okay? But anyway, I mailed the second letter saying, sorry I mailed the first letter, but, in the whole scheme of reality, who cares? Just a stupid letter. And I said, I remember everything that I said, because I did. I didn't black out and forget everything. I wasn't even remotely like that. And I was exercising, walking around for hours, literally, around and around. So even if I was drinking, I burned it off. You know what I mean? Anyway. This was on a Sunday night. They got the letters on Monday. And my mom got a call from Elder Services that Monday. She hung up on them. And then we got the message. I know you want to talk to us. Remember the Thursday before was when they came around, but according to them, they were trying. She's like, we knew you. She got out of the hospital. She was in the hospital, whatever. They were still trying to follow up on that previous thing. Okay. I know you don't want to talk to us, but we got another report confirmed, and we have to at least talk to you before we can kind of drop the case. Whatever. Now, do I know that it was these people who fucking called Elder Services because I'm joking around, hitting on in a letter their precious former near-addict son, who still hangs out with addicts, who, he's been a part of that world. He still hangs out with them even though he doesn't do it. He's not some friggin' choir boy, okay? But I believe it was them, yes I do, based on the conversation I'd had with the dad before. I don't think it was a kid who would ever call Elder Services, but the fact is I want nothing to do with these people, and they just proved that you can't trust anybody, I wonder what your son, when he was a near addict, and his friends have done criminal, I mailed your stupid hot son, half my age, a friggin' sexually suggestive letter, big whoop-de-doo. Big fucking whoop-de-doo. You fucking call Elder Services on me, you motherfucking assholes. Anyway. See, I'm under a fucking microscope, and that is why, the fetish photographer still wants to meet with me, and I'm going to be taken off and go in there where I won't be judged and can, feel beautiful in person, and somebody in person, Some of my YouTube male fans made me feel beautiful, whatever, but I'm gonna, you know what I mean? So what? I didn't go near their house. I mailed them letters with stamps and everything, and to the kid. But it also said nice stuff, It didn't say anything bad. And this just makes me ill. But remember, my mom has a reputation around here. Now I do. And then, when I suspected it was them, because I'm smart, that it called Elder Services on me, I sent a third letter saying, please don't think badly of me. I wasn't hitting on you. First of all, you're half my age. And second of all, and even more importantly, you have a girlfriend. And I was just, whatever. One of these days, when I find them, I can share them all with you and tell you what I said. Like I said, shouldn't have done it. But again, who cares what it's the kid. We were talking about death and drugs and fentanyl and heroin and his friends dying left and right on him, you know. That's someone I thought I could just be vulnerable with him or just joke around or whatnot. No, I know it was them. I know it was them who called. You're going to be afraid of me. Your addict friends are dying left and right and you're going to be afraid of me. The kid's car hasn't been there since. I know that it was them that called. And the third letter basically said, I'll never send you another letter. Please don't think badly of me. But see, in the one letter I had said in the letter, you know, I'm scared for my mom. Yeah, I'm scared all the time that but you could perceive that the wrong way if you're a motherfucking asshole. And actually, the one who takes me with Omar to the vet or whatnot, I begged her. I'm like, promise me you won't ever call. She's like, don't worry, Laura, I won't. And there's another people around here that I confide in, but I'll never confide in anyone else around here again. You don't know who you could trust. And I know these people, they're the ones who refer me to the lawyer. They won't call. And this other people, don't worry, Laura, you know, she's adamant that something needs to be done, that my mom can't be staying or whatever. But she's like, I would never do that to you. Because I was like, you know, if you do that to me, I believe someone around here did. I'm almost positive. I know it. And if you ever did that to me, but that would be such betrayal, you know. Because I've cried to you and whatnot. You know, you cry to someone and they're going to fucking call elder services on you. It's just sickening. Sickening. I said I'm under a fucking microscope around here. I don't do anything wrong. It's just strange. I'm sure people think it's strange if they see me walking around in the pouring rain, you know. But it's not criminal. It's not illegal. It's just sick. It's just sick. It's sick that these people would do that to me. And I kept my word. I was never after the kid. Was I? And actually, I could have perceived him bounding over and talking about really deep fucking shit like death and drugs and all of that as him hitting on me. Which I didn't think of it that way. And you know me, he has a girlfriend anyway, and I'm just, you know, he's a freaking kid. But he had been nice, and he knew I was sad, and, you know. But you're gonna fucking call out this? I don't believe he did it. I believe his stupid father did. The same one who knew. Because I cried to him before. Because he was saying, you have to do this, you have to do that. I'm like, I'll never be, no one's gonna make me my mom's guardian. He knew about them going after us before, and he's gonna call again. Motherfucker, I'm trying so hard to help my mom. And I have to have these motherfuckers calling all the services. It's one thing if, like, that old coworker called because my mom's acting like I'm, you know, that's something different. But to call elder services and say that I'm emotionally unstable, I'm doing the best I fucking can, you know what I mean? But just the idea that they did that, I just hate them. Fucking assholes. Proves you can't trust anybody. Proves you can't trust anybody. And I want to stress, no, I shouldn't have mailed the friggin' letters in the middle of the night. Which wasn't even middle, you know what I mean? I shouldn't have done it, but it's not criminal, and it's harmless, it's innocent, you know? These stupid assholes. You hang out with addicts that need your moral support. And I got a lot of people say when you're not an addict anymore, you shouldn't even go be near addicts. Because when he was saying that to me, I was like, well, so long as you don't become it again. Confessing that he almost became an addict, that he still goes to NA meetings. And you know what I mean? And they call elder services on me because I mail him letters. Again, didn't put them in his house, just mailed them with a stamp. Just pissed me off. Because that's not a normal thing to do. Yeah, whatever. You almost became an addict. Your friends, you still have addict friends. And you're going to sit there and be afraid of me or think whatever. It's sickening. It's sickening, people. I'm definitely gonna go. I can not be judged. It's the plan. Just go where I cannot be judged. I'm not under a friggin' microscope. Anyway, the lawyer found out the truth. They don't give specifics like I thought. They simply, and he smoothed it over and everything's fine, but we had to get that lawyer. My mom can't just be slamming the door in the face of these people. They'll never go away. They'll never go away. And they still would like my mom to call up. And she's like, yeah, I'll call up and I'll tell them everything's fine, but you're moving out. I'm like, Mom, don't do that. My mom doesn't realize she's digging her own grave. Do not tell these people I'm planning on moving out, Mom, please. The woman who takes care of Angel is she's just sickened. She's sickened by the idea just of my mom staying here, being here by herself. Even if my mom could, technically, I don't believe it, but it's my word against whatever. You don't know unless you live with someone. You know what I mean? I can't prove why my mom shouldn't be living here alone. But the one who takes care of Angel is just so aghast at the thought of my mom being here alone with Angel. It's one thing if my mom is all alone here by herself, Omar and I move out, but to be here with Angel, it's just, I really don't think my mom can handle all of that. I don't, but that's my own personal observations. I know she's gonna probably freak out on me, so I'm not gonna tell her at the last minute to put the woman's comment to talk about. And we're going to blame it on the lawyer, The fact is, my mom's in complete denial about everything. Someone her age should be discussing with her family, with loved ones, or whatever. In this case, it's me. I don't have any siblings, you know what I mean? About advanced health directives. What you would want in case of, at the end of your days, whatever, if something happened, or if you were, She discusses nothing like that. It's so hard. I never imagined they would call elder services. And that they would tell the elder services that I mailed, but they're not going to say, you think they're going to tell elder services that the letter that I was sexually suggestive, that they're 20, their son half my age? Do you think they're going to say, oh, by the way, the son swears all the time and is a former almost addict and hangs out? No, of course they're not going to say that. They're going to make it all out that she lives there with him, she's unstable, and her mom's been ill, and she mailed letters to my son, and oh my God. Because that's the crime of the century. I can only imagine, we know that addicts commit actual crimes. They engage in criminal behavior, a lot of them, to get their money, to get their fix, It just makes me sad. It makes me really sad. I'm going to go and see that fetish photographer. He'll make me feel better. I didn't know if he'd still be interested in seeing me, but he is. Dressing me up in his leather and latex and all that crap and photographing me. Anyway, that's my story. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's beautiful out today, but it's gonna be winter soon, and I hate winter. I want to stress, I know I shouldn't have done it, okay? People do things when they're drunk, but I never would have in a million years, not in 1,000,000 fucking years, would I have sent that kid a letter like that. And again, it was pretty innocent, it wasn't that bad. I called him a cutie pie, I did whatever, but so what? You know what? We're both adults. But the fact that his motherfucking father would call elder services on me, fuck him, fuck him, fuck him. And can I prove it? No. That's the thing. I suspect that was too much of a coincidence. Too much of a coincidence. And then elder services was, we called, we have another confirmed report. I know. I just suspect that was that the father did that. Because when I was talking about before how, you know, the elder services and whatnot, this was months ago, and he was like, well, would you, they only come if somebody, he's on, you know, they only come if someone brings them, they don't just go searching for people, and would you rather they didn't investigate if there was a problem? Oh, fuck you. And then he's like, you need to talk to so-and-so instead of spending a lot. And then I'm like, that's the government. What's wrong with the government? Oh, get away. Get out of my face. The fact that those assholes wanted to put my mom in a nursing home. She wasn't even remotely nursing home material. And that's why that judge dismissed it instantly. It was a different judge. Remember, the judge that approved the emergency thing is the one Auntie and I stood before. And she upheld everything, okay? My mom wasn't even there. She was in another mental hospital, unbeknownst to me. Until Auntie told me. But then the next judge dismissed immediately the guardianship aspect, the nursing home aspect, because my mom didn't belong in a fucking nursing home. But what does that tell you about those elder services assholes? They're so fucking far-reaching that they wanted to lock her up, you know, sell her for a stay and throw her in a nursing home. They said, fuck them, and fuck him and his stupid former addict son, who you know, it made me feel good when he came over and he was confessing deep shit to me. And we were talking about he'd smoke, he's like, I smoke marijuana, I smoke weed, or whatever. And I go, yeah, I don't do that, I like to drink. And then he pipes up, he's like, oh, me too, I like to drink. In fact, I just had a shot right now in the middle of the afternoon. So don't give me your little shit. He could have been hitting on me. But he's not really, he's flirting, he's whatever, okay? And I'm not some ugly old hag, and again, but he has a girlfriend, he smokes cigarettes, and I shouldn't have sent the letter, okay? I know that's perceived as strange to have mailed those letters to him in the middle of the night. And they may have seen me walking around the middle of the night. They're just going to be afraid of me, and meanwhile, you know, they're going to be afraid of me, yet their son was nearly an addict. He came close to being an addict, admittedly, and he still hangs out with addicts. Maybe why don't I say that they should be afraid that maybe one of his addict friends might decide to break into their house or something. You know, it's sickening that they would call elder services on me. It's just sick. It's so fucking sick. It's not sick if, like, the lawyer smoothed everything over and he was saying, yeah, it's X, Y, and Z, like maybe somebody heard you have an argument with your mom and was saying you're emotionally abusive. No, but that's different. If someone calls about that, that is totally different than calling up and saying, I'm fucking unstable. So if that's why I'm under a fucking microscope, and that's why I'm going to go and far away and go and be around that fetish photographer who's going to make me feel beautiful and desirable and photograph me, and he's not going to fucking judge me. You know? Unreal. I know that it was them. I know that it was them because I know that it was. I don't care. I know that it was. I know that it was them, and that's so sick. Because I'm under a microscope. I can be perceived. Yes, it is strange for me, but I don't have a car, and it's strange, and I want to blow off steam to go around in the nighttime for hours and hours and hours when the music blasts in my ear and dance and sing around the street and just go around and around and around. But it's a safe way to blow off steam, okay? Okay? And someone could call elder services just because they perceive me doing that. But basically, I believe it was those people because I had the nerve to sexually hit on or be sexually suggestive in a letter, mind you, not in person, with their precious former near addict son. You know what I mean? You got to put these in perspective, people. I wasn't doing that or sending letters and saying, you know, or complimenting or flirting in the letter or whatnot with a friggin' choir boy. Okay? End of story.